Hi, welcome to Teach, Train, Tell. Today we are going to assemble our frosted cups. So some of the items that I have here, I have cotton balls. I do have our flames cut out. I do have our frosted cups that I got from Amazon. They are 12-ounce cups. They also come with lids and straws. Now, what I wasn't thinking when I bought these, they were on sale. What I wasn't thinking when I bought these is I have all these colored straws and lids, and there'll probably be a little controversy tomorrow about whom gets what color. But I guess I'll just have to deal with that tomorrow. So I do have the frosted cups and lids. I have fairy lights that I also got off of Amazon. They were on sale. I believe there's a group of 30 in here, I think is what I have. So I got our fairy lights. I also purchased this from Amazon. These are transparent, waterproof stickers. See, I got these from Cricut. Or these are the Cricut brand. If you use these, you can use, when you use these go in the back. This is the printable side. Even if you don't have a Cricut and want to make stickers, you can still use this material like we showed on the second segment or the second module for this. Using PowerPoint, you can print them out here. You would just have to cut them out, but it still works the same. All right, so that's the list of our materials. I do have our glue dots. Anyone that's watched our segment before, you know that the glue dots, I use them for my class because they're quick. They don't make a mess, and nothing falls off when the kids leave. Everything stays glued to whatever it is we were trying to put together. So I'm going to go ahead and start. You can see here, I already took my flames and I've put them together. So basically, it's just an orange, yellow, and what we were talking about, mirroring it. Yellow, you don't want the flames, you want the flames to be in the same direction. And red, I went ahead and added red, and in the tutorial I just did yellow and orange. So you would do the same steps, except you can just if you do the red or add another color, all you have to do is just make it a little bit smaller. Okay. And I was going to initially use textured. When I started cutting these out, I decided to go with just regular non-textured cardstock for these. So here you go. If you use textured, you would definitely want them mirrored. If they're not textured, it doesn't matter which way you flip them. But when they are textured, you want the textured side to be out. So we talked about making something mirrored. You can see now they go together when I put them, this on one side of the straw and this on the other. So I'm going to lay these off to the side. I already have some glue dots on mine. I put this together earlier just to for a trial run. So I am going to add a couple more dots to it, just to make sure it sticks. The reason I did a couple things a little different than the last time I actually had my Sunday school class make these is the last time I did this for the lights. I actually drilled a hole here so that we could put the fairy lights through, because it's really hard with these straws to be able to put the fairy lights in. But in my trial run, I think I figured out how to get this to work. So what I'm going to do, now these lids are a little harder to close than I remember the other cups being. I had a little bit of a trial. So tomorrow what we will probably do is I am probably going to tell the kids to glue it. There you go. It clipped together. First thing I'm going to do is get the fairy lights out. Now I've already untangled mine, I guess you could say. One thing I will tell you, let's get out another set. When you open up these fairy lights, be very careful when you take and try to open them. These things get tangled up really, really easy. And I think this is the biggest challenge for kids, is trying to not get these, to keep these from getting tangled. You have to unwrap it. I'm not going to undo this whole thing, but you see, if you see how they unravel, and you may have used fairy lights, you see it goes under and then over. You have to keep the same rhythm going. So make sure that when you unroll them, that kids, you just don't pull on them. Kids have a tendency, or at least the ones I have, of just like grabbing them and pulling them, and then they end up with a mess. But I'm going to put my lights in. This really wants, I shouldn't have stuck those, move these out of the way. So I'm going to put my lights in. Very easy. I'm going to put the lights in. It's easy to put them in this way. For whatever reason, I have a little bit of a hard time. Straw comes in handy. You just gotta keep pushing them down there. Like I said, the last time I let the kids put a hole in it, but then I got to thinking, or I put a hole in and we ran the lights in through the bottom of the cup. But you know, they really can't use it for anything else. Just push them down in there. Now, there's probably a few things I'm going to have to help them with tomorrow. I'm going to find a little bit of a challenge, but let's push this down in. Almost there. Okay, so the fairy lights are all in. Now, there is a little rim, a little thing that keeps that, but if you push it down in there, see, it went right in. Push these down just a little more. Some kids might be creative and say, hey, I'm going to stick some of these lights on my straw. You could do that. Let's leave a couple out, and it will light up and everything. So, you know, I'm talking to y'all, thinking of things. Hey, we could do this. The lights don't want to come up. I don't need a bunch of them. Let me get my glue. We're gonna glue the bottom of this. Let's see. We'll make this the back of the cup. I'm gonna glue this down. I'm gonna put some glue dots here. Now, I'm going to put some cotton balls on the top of mine. It'll help kind of hide some of this. There you go. All right. Now I'm going to take my flame. I'm going to put my flame right here. I'm going to be the light. Let my light shine. And put that there. And now I'm going to put this on the other side. Now the kids tomorrow, I will probably have them do this a little differently. I will probably have them put their stickers on first. It'll probably save a little bit of a headache. I think, I don't know. It seems like sometimes I try to tell them the steps to take, and they kind of do their own thing. Especially the girls. Some of the girls are really fast. Look at this. Spread this out a little bit. Okay, that works. Now, I have some stickers here. I did print out the soccer balls, and they didn't quite turn out the way I wanted, so I don't think I'm going to go with the soccer balls. And I'm getting a new class. It may not be as many kids that like soccer, so this is Let Your Light Shine. I'm going to center it right here. You see it's transparent, which is really cool. Okay. Let my light shine. Okay. And we have the little happy face. Once again, these things are transparent. I'll put that on the back. Got the fan going. It's a little bit warm up here. I get really cold and I close the vents. And then it seems like all of a sudden it gets warm again. You see, once again, you can see how this is just transparent. I'm not going to put a lot of things on mine. I'm sure the kids will they will use up all their stickers. So I have to print off the rest of the stickers here in a little bit. Then I have the smaller stickers. Here's a smaller. As you can see, it's transparent, which is kind of cool. It's going to be really cool whenever we turn the light on and we can see how you'll be able to see the light through the stickers will not hide the light. You'll be able to see. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to put on mine. Now let's see how it turned out. See, we have our stickers on, and as I said, this is a really fun project if you're doing it with your children or grandchildren. The reason it's more fun, just think if you cut their face out, like we were showing how you can take and use AI to generate a picture of them, or you could even take a picture of them and print it out, and they would light up. You'd be able to see through it. So I think it's just kind of a fun thing, especially like I said, when they're your children or kids that you have more than just in a classroom setting. It makes it a lot easier or a lot more fun because they can help decide what they want on their cup or their luminary. So I'm going to turn this on. Now this has multiple settings. As you can see the stars. Oh, you can see the light flashing through. It has 3 different speeds, the lights that I got. Or we can just take it into where there is no flashing. And it's kind of cool. They'll be able to set that up at night and be able to see what they made. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this segment. If you did, please like and subscribe and share. And I look forward to the next time we meet and our next adventure.